Well, hey friends, and welcome back. I don't know about you, but after Christmas, and as we kind of head into the thick of winter, I find that it's really easy for me to get a bit down with all the cold, gray days. But this year, I want to do something about that. Rather than just sit and wait longingly for spring to come in a few months, I want to spend some time today really embracing the season, the sights, the scents, the flavors, kind of romanticizing this time of year like I've done for fall, like I do for Christmas, and really try to just make this season that can be a bit more gray, a bit colder, still feel special. My hope is that by really intentionally making an effort to enjoy the best parts of this time of year, it's going to help make these winter months a bit more cozy and enjoyable. So that's my general plan for today, but now let's talk specifics of what exactly I want to get up to. And first up, I want to visit one of my favorite local coffee shops and to pick up a warm latte. During the summer, I'm definitely more of a cold coffee type of person, but during the winter, I love switching over to warmer beverages, so I think that can be one easy way that we can embrace the colder weather. And while we're out, I also want to go to Trader Joe's and Target, maybe a couple of other places too. I really want to pick up some treats, some new greenery and florals. I don't have much in here right now. The house just feels a bit empty, and potentially a couple of decor bits as well. I don't want to do anything crazy as far as winter decor goes, but I think a few pieces here and there would really help warm the place up. I want to decorate a bit for winter, really just make it feel cozy in here. We might even paint a little watercolor piece. Then for dinner tonight, I really want to make a nourishing meal. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna try making my family's beef stew recipe. It is one of my absolute favorite meals, and it's one of those things that I only really make during the winter, but I love it. It's especially good with homemade bread, so we might need to make some of that as well. So this is going to be such a good day, just talking about all of our plans. It's making me so excited just to make the most of this season. All right, but now let's get ready to head to the coffee shop as our first stop. We'll get some fuel for the day. Okay, getting ready to head out the door, but before we do, I figured we could do a little outfit check. The sweater I'm wearing is just my favorite almond alpaca crew from Everlane. This necklace is from Windblown Jewelry. Then my jeans, per usual, are from Madewell. And then I'm just wearing these little suede Nisolo boots. And I really love these for winter. Okay, but now we're ready. Let's go get some coffee. Is the peppermint patty good?
That's probably my favorite one.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, just picked up my coffee. I came to Night Some Coffee, which is a cafe and roastery here in Charlotte that I love. I think they're pretty new. They only opened up in the past year or so, but they've quickly become a real favorite of mine. I got the peppermint patty latte, which is one of their seasonal drinks. I got it with oat milk too, just so we could avoid the dairy. But I haven't tried this one yet, so let's give it a go. Oh, that's so good. They do a lot of house-made syrups and things like that, so it really just feels like kind of like your classic peppermint mocha, but for sure with a bit more of a custom twist. Feels like a high-end peppermint latte, which I love. So I'm going to sip on this, enjoy this as we head to, I think we'll go to Trader Joe's and Target next. So let's go there, pick up some of the goodies. But yeah, I'm really happy about this drink. It's not too sweet, which I love. I'm really going to enjoy this.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I look for the things I don't know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
Well, I just got back home and I was able to find lots of fun goodies at the store, as well as a few decor bits, which I'm excited to share with you. First, I think let's start with the food. So first, at Trader Joe's, I did pick up a number of groceries because there were certain things that we were running low on, but some of the fun, kind of more seasonal, or just like treats that I got that I wanted to share with you were, first, I found these sparkling black teas. This one has pomegranate juice, this one has peach juice, and I thought they sounded fun to try, so I just got one of each. Then I also got this sparkling pomegranate punch beverage. I just thought all these drinks sounded fun to try. They are a bit on the healthier side, which is definitely something that I was looking out for, but I like having some fun treats and just, you know, exciting drinks around the house. So really looking forward to trying those out. On the theme of pomegranates also, I got some pomegranate seeds. Feel like something about pomegranates does feel more wintry. I don't know if they just come into stock or in season in the winter, but I don't know, something about pomegranates, it feels like winter to me. I don't know, does anybody else feel that way? Maybe that's just me. But then I also got some freeze-dried mango here. This is one of my favorite snacks. And we got some mixed nuts. These are olive and herb mixed nuts, which sound tasty. And see, in here I also got some charcuterie things. There's pita chips, prosciutto, brie, and I think a cheddar as well. So I think I'm going to do a little charcuterie board maybe this weekend. And I got some grapefruit and oranges too. There's something about citrus that again just feels seasonal. So there's nothing like particularly cold weather themed, but I just wanted to find a few items that for me at least are reminiscent of the season. Okay, but now really quick, I want to put all of the groceries away, then I'll walk you through the greenery and decor bits I picked up. Okay, let's talk decor now. There were a few things that I picked up while I was out. First off, as many of you probably know already, I love just being able to use just seasonal bits of greenery and flowers to be able to really incorporate the vibe of whatever season that is, in this case winter, into my home. So a few things that I picked up were, first off, some eucalyptus. I got one of these kind of wide leaf eucalyptus bunches and I thought they'd be beautiful in a flower arrangement. Then to go with those, I got a bunch of these, ooh, this is really hard to say, Eryngium? Tell me if I said that right or how it's said properly, I'm really not sure. But they're this really beautiful, deep, kind of silvery purple color. I love the shape of them. My thought was that they'd go perfectly with these mini dianthuses. Again, may or may not be saying that right, but I really think the deep purple with the light yellow will look so good together. Then I also picked up a couple bunches of this thinner eucalyptus, and I normally have kind of more spriggy bits like this in the vase that I have on our dining room table, which I'll show you what it looks like now. It's a mess at the moment, but I think that these might work well in there, so I'll probably put these in that particular vase by themselves. I really think the cooler tones of these though are going to work perfectly for the winter. So that's all the greenery that I got. But then I did pick up a few little bits of decor at Target as well. The first thing that I got are these LED string lights. And they're just these cute little fairy lights attached with a gold wire. My thought was that we could just string these up on our floating shelves. Ever since we took down our Christmas decor, I've really been missing having the lights twinkling while we're hanging out at night, watching a movie, things like that. So I think that this could be a great way just to add some warmth and romance to the room while still not making it feel, you know, super Christmassy. I want to give it more neutral winter vibes. Then I also got this beautiful wood serving board. I think this is going to be a really multifunctional piece for me. Decor-wise, I really want to use it as kind of an anchor on our island. I want to have a vase here, maybe a candle. I don't want those items just to feel like they're kind of floating about on our island. So this is going to just help visually to bring those items together, hopefully make it feel like they have a purpose in being there, but then also practically too, whenever I'm making charcuterie, having friends over, and I just want something to serve appetizers on, I think that this will be a really useful piece as well. Then last but not least, I picked up these two giant lanterns, and I think that they're going to be the perfect solution to a bit of a problem that I've kind of run into in our front entryway. When I redid the area by our front door last year, I put two sets of pots on either side of our front door, one larger and one smaller, and the larger ones have worked out great. I put Chinese Chinese holly in them, and it has been absolutely thriving. It's an evergreen, it can withstand colder temperatures, so that's been great. Then in the smaller pots, I put more seasonal flowers, which of course looked amazing for a few months, but then eventually died off, and I've basically just been cycling through and rotating out seasonal flowers ever since, which has worked to this point, but I don't love the idea of every couple of months needing to go and buy new flowers for those pots. So I wanted to find a bit more of a long-term solution to basically how I can have that visual symmetry and that act of like drawing the eye upward towards the door, which I love our entryway has right now, but still do that without needing to buy seasonal flowers. That's really where I feel like these lanterns can be the perfect fit. So we're going to try them out today, and fingers crossed they will be the perfect solution to just not always having to buy seasonal blooms. I might do it once or twice a year if I want to, but I don't want to feel like I'm always needing to do that. Then of course, if we like them, I'm thinking I'm probably going to buy some battery operated LED candles for them. That way I don't need to worry about real flames inside of the lanterns. That's everything that I picked up decor wise. Everything else I'm going to be using are things that I already own, and I will show you guys those in a bit. But first, I want to get started on our beef stew, so that will be ready for dinner this evening. This really is just one of my all-time favorite recipes. It's something that I grew up having every winter, and so there's a huge amount of nostalgia attached to it on top of me just generally loving the taste of it. So want to make that for dinner tonight. I'm pretty sure I have actually shared this recipe in a blog post before, so go ahead and check out the link in the description box if you want to make this for yourself. But of course, I'll be using my little handwritten recipe here. This is something that I've been trying to do a lot more recently, is just copying some of my favorite recipes into my recipe book. I was given this book for my bridal shower like 7 years ago now. Wow, that is so long ago. But yeah, I've really been trying to use it a lot more recently, especially for just being able to capture and to remember some of the family recipes that I love. So looking at the ingredients here, we're going to need stewing beef, potatoes, barley, onion, beef broth, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, that's so hard to say, carrots, celery, red wine, and steak spice. Oh, and 1 clove of garlic. So I'm just going to get everything out right now. We'll chop up all the vegetables, prepare the meat, and get this thing started. Okay, just put the beef stew in my Dutch oven and in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to cook for the next 3 hours or so. While it does that, I'm going to put on a loaf of bread in my bread maker really quickly to eat with that, because there's nothing quite like the pairing of stew with some homemade bread. It is just such a heartwarming meal. And again, for the bread, we're going to be using another recipe from my recipe book. This one was given to me by a friend. It's just for present bread, which is your basic white loaf of bread. And the ingredients for this are super simple. We just got water, sugar, salt, flour, and yeast. So I'm just going to measure everything out, put it in the bread maker now, and then in a few hours we should have a beautiful loaf of bread ready for us. Okay, we've got the bread on now. You can probably hear it behind me, but we're on track for dinner. Should be ready between 6 and 6:30, which is perfect timing. Right now, I'm going to clean up really quickly, then we can get on to decorating the house. So for tidying up, here's the before, and here's the after. All right, but now I want to do a bit of decorating for winter, and of course we're going to be using all of the little pieces and bits that I showed you before, but to that I'm going to be using a few other items that I already had on hand. First of which were these little wood trees that I used as a part of my Christmas decor, but as I was putting them away for the season, I kind of thought that they were neutral enough that we could just use them as winter decor as well. So I have 3 of them here, and my thought is that it would be really cute if we just added them to the bookshelves behind me, or display shelves, floating shelves. We don't really have any books on them, but you know what I mean. Then the other thing that I'm going to be using to decorate is a handful of candles I already had. And this one is in the scent Fireside Spruce. I also have an applewood and amber one here. This is actually a woodwick, so love that one. Then I have a grapefruit and basil one as well. And I just love burning candles in the winter. It definitely helps to cozy things up on the long nights of winter. Speaking of which, it's literally getting dark already. Just happens. But yeah, I thought it would be fun just to add a few extra candles throughout this space so that we can light and use them just to make things feel a little bit warmer. So that's everything that I'm going to be using, and it's not much, but I'm really hoping that it will just add that little extra something to the space to make it feel a bit more special during the next couple of months. Right now, I think I want to get started with the greenery, put everything into vases and such, and we can go from there.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Okay, I'm quite the fan of this first one. I just love the little pops of yellow, the purple, the green. All the colors just marry together perfectly in this, and I think this is going to look lovely on our island. I do have a few of our flowers left though, and I'm kind of debating right now if I want to add them to the bouquet. Do you really like it how it is, or if I should just make some smaller little posy jars to scatter around the house? And honestly, I'm not sure what I want to do yet, so I think I'm going to work on this vase for the kitchen table using our spriggy eucalyptus while I decide.
On our tiptoes, undercover, agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
All right, got vase 2 done as well. Again, I love how this one turned out. I really do feel like the eucalyptus with this vase does just pair perfectly. It's going to look amazing on our dining room table. So finally here, I just want to take all the scraps and leftover bits to create a few smaller vases that we can scatter throughout the house. Got our vases ready to go. In the back, you just have the 2 that I showed you already. Then right here, we just have this really sweet one. I love how this one came out. I just put it in a little bubble cup. I think I might put this one by the front door. Then we have this one as well. Again, struggling to focus, but I think that this one will look great on the floating shelves over there. So now it's time to decorate. I'm going to start indoors. We'll do the vases, the trees, hang up the little string lights, and put out the candles. Then we'll work our way outdoors. I want to tidy that entire area up a bit because it's gotten a little bit messy out there. We'll put out the lanterns. Okay, loving the addition of these lights. Simple, but just a really magical addition to the space. Okay, so I just finished up inside. I'm loving how it looks in there, and I've come outside to test out our lanterns, and then also I want to tidy this space up a bit. There are just kind of like bits and pieces of dead plants all over the patio floor right now. There are also a few little bits of Christmas decor that I forgot to take in a few days ago. So let's take care of that first, and then we'll test the lanterns out. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of dead plants out here right now. Okay, got everything back to a blank slate. Now let's see how the lanterns look on either side of this. Okay, so what do we think? I think I like it. I really love the gold. I think it really works well in the space, and the metal just kind of adds some extra texture, some dimension. The only thing that I'm wondering is when I was at Target, they had this size and then one smaller that was like 2/3 to half the height. And I'm thinking that maybe proportionally that might work a little bit better in here. I would love to get your thoughts though. Which do you think I should go with? These ones or the ones one size smaller? I think I'm leaning towards the smaller ones, but I'd love to get your thoughts. Really glad we took a bit of time to give this area some love though. It looks so much better. Well, I really am just so happy with how this all turned out. Our house just feels so much more inviting and cozy now. The one last change that I do want to make is that I actually picked out a new piece of artwork for our frame TV. It's this beautiful winter scene. I'll see if I can pop a little picture of it on the screen here, but I don't actually know how to change that out. Christopher's done all of the swapping out of the frame so far, so I think he's at the gym right now. I'm gonna wait till he gets back and see if he might be able to help me set that up. While we're waiting for him to get back and for dinner to be ready, we're probably an hour out from dinner right now, even though it smells amazing already. Ugh, my mouth is just watering being in this room. But I figure while we're waiting, why don't we go ahead and do a little watercolor piece. I love doing just really seasonal pieces of art that I can display in my home. I've had the piece of art in here for quite a while now. I feel like it's time for a change. So I was looking on Pinterest for some inspiration for a fun watercolor that we could do. I found this picture here. I would love to replicate something like that, although of course giving it our own little twist. So I'm just going to get my supplies out now. I'll link to everything below in case you're curious what I'm using. We can start painting. So I just finished up with the painting. It's this really sweet little snowy scene. Let me flip you around and I'll show you. Okay, so here it is. I did the base all with watercolor, and then to add the snow effect, I just put a little bit of acrylic paint on top. But I really love the color of this. I think it's going to go great with this blue frame. So I just need to let this sit here and dry for a bit. And then once it's dry, we can put it in the frame. Okay, and that really was some perfect timing. Our dinner just finished, so let's go ahead and grab the stew out of the oven. We'll slice the bread, we'll enjoy some food. Well, dinner is served. This beef stew smells so good. That looks like it's gonna taste amazing. And then the bread too, ugh. I cannot wait to dig into this. Okay, well, we're going to pray over our food really quick, then we'll dig in. Well, that meal ended up being truly delicious. I've made it a number of times before, but I honestly think this might have been the best one yet. I feel like every single time I make the beef stew recipe, it gets better and better and better. So yeah, that really was just spectacular. Also, wanted to update you guys. Christopher was able to swap out the picture in the frame TV. I'm loving this beautiful snowy winter landscape. It's so beautiful. And I think especially once we add some extra pictures up here to the other side of the TV, this area is going to be looking amazing. I think I mentioned that idea of wanting to add some extra pictures up in this corner in my reset video, and it is something that we're still working on. I've picked a layout that I really like. It's this one right here. but we still need to find the actual pictures and picture frames that we want to put up there. So still a work in progress, but we are making progress, which is good. All right, but now I'm going to sign off, going to spend a chill evening with Christopher. But I really hope that you all enjoyed coming along and spending the day with me as we got cozy for the winter. And I don't know about you, but personally, I'm really feeling just so much more ready for the next couple of months now that we've added a few just really cozy, inviting touches to our home. As always, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, friends, I am wishing you all a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!